Hey, it's Alex from Android Central, and today we're taking a look at two of the top Android phones out there right now, the Galaxy S5 and the G3. These are the 2014 flagships from LG and Samsung, and while they're both basically large form factor plastic smartphones, there are a lot of differences to get stuck into. First off, the design. The GS5 is a squared off back with reflective accents, whereas on the G3 things are a little bit more curved and matte. The back of the G3 has this painted metallic look to it, but it's still basically just plastic under there. That said, it's not a fingerprint magnet like last year's G2, which is a good thing. And it's also got LG's trademark back buttons for power and volume, whereas the S5 sticks to more traditional side-mounted keys. Both are pretty easy to adjust to, and the same goes for the buttons on the front as well. Both phones have removable back panels and batteries, so you can swap in a fresh one on a longer day. The G3's got a 3000 mAh battery, the GS5 a slightly smaller 2800 mAh. In our experience, both devices deliver similar battery life, between 14 and 16 hours on an average day, though the G3 pulls ahead by delivering around 4 hours of screen on time compared to the GS5's 3 hours. And yes, Samsung's battery door has this rubber seal to keep everything water resistant. That's something you won't find on the G3. What LG does have going for it though is a Quad HD display, 1440 by 2560, which is beyond the 1080p of the Galaxy S5. The difference in resolution isn't massively noticeable, and really the strength of the G3 is its screen size, not its insane pixel density. And on top of that, the colours aren't quite as vibrant or as accurate as the GS5's AMOLED display. As you'd expect, both phones offer a huge array of features. On the Galaxy S5 you'll find IP67 rated water and dust resistance, and depending on how you use your phone that could be a big deal. The GS5's other standout features are a little more niche. There's a heart rate monitor around the back which works with the built-in S-Health app to record and track your pulse, and a fingerprint scanner built into the home button adds biometric security. Of the two, the fingerprint scanner is probably the more useful, but both are easy to ignore if they're not your thing. On the whole, Samsung's TouchWiz UI is as bright and feature-filled as ever, and though things have been dialed back from where we were with the Galaxy S4, the visual style and colour palette won't be to everyone's tastes. Over on the G3 you've got LG's new and scaled-back smartphone UI with muted colours and very geometric-looking icons. The G3 also has LG's knock-on and knock-code features, so you can double-tap the screen to wake the phone, or tap in a special pattern for added security. LG also has its new Smart Notice widget. It's designed to remind you to do certain things like take an umbrella on a rainy day, or add new numbers to your contacts. It's a nice idea, but it is pretty basic in its current form. Overall though, there's a lot of feature crossover between the G3 and GS5. Both have ways to run more than one app on screen at a time, both have their own custom-made notebook apps, and both have a feature that lets you use the front-facing camera to see whether you're still looking at the screen and turn it off accordingly. When it comes to cameras, the GS5 really is a story of extremes. The 16-megapixel ISO cell camera is really good in daylight, probably better than any other phone we've tested, but image quality degrades badly in low light. By comparison, the G3's 13-megapixel camera is a little more run-of-the-mill, but it's backed up by laser autofocus and optical stabilization, which helps it focus faster and take longer exposures in low light without blurring. Daylight shots on the G3 don't look quite as good as the GS5's, but overall, it's a much more balanced camera experience on the LG device. So the choice between the Galaxy S5 and the LG G3 isn't an easy one. These are both among the best Android phones you can buy right now. But we think the G3 inches ahead in a few important areas: the larger display with slimmer bezels, the OIS Plus camera with really great low-light performance, and the new minimalist approach to software design. For more on the LG G3 and Samsung Galaxy S5, be sure to check out our comparison feature on AndroidCentral.com.